Criminal report human trafficking unreported. Have you ever heard about the students that were in school last spring, didn't come back, and rumors have it that they ran away? Could they have ended up in human trafficking? The main focus of my speech is that there is a slavery in our modern day life. We address it as something else, human trafficking. We have all learned about slavery in America, and we were taught about it, and how it ended after the Civil War. Well, I have news for you. There's a new form of slavery. Human trafficking, and it targets vulnerable persons all over the world. The idea that slavery ended in 1865 has called the nation and the world to rethink the concept of it. A girl is being forced into human trafficking and sold for sexual pleasures and it's the modern day slavery. This will be the year that we celebrate the 150th anniversary of the abolishment of slavery. But how can we, while children and families are suffering due to human trafficking? In this time and day, we have an important issue to address that people need to become aware of. Human trafficking is a modern day slavery. Even though slavery is a harsh term, human trafficking is nothing less. It is true. Any way you phrase it or change the name of it, it's an inhuman treatment. Human trafficking has become more extreme, with women comprising over 80% of people being trafficked. Children are the next biggest target. Some girls are put into sex slavery at the age of 5 and up. As previously stated, women are the main people being trafficked, and sometimes they're easy to be lured, these people, into trafficking. Because we are poor, sometimes it doesn't matter if you're poor, and sometimes they need money. And it's not just for the poor. Traffickers don't care about the background as long as you fit the description and are easy prey. They take women and girls to place them into prostitution to appeal to tourists that visit. Tourists want girls who are young and virgins. In America, runaways are easy targets. For instance, in Houston, Texas, more than 6,000 minors and 1 in 3 runaways are lured into sex trafficking within 48 hours of running away. Even your nearby cities like Charlotte have this happen all the time. In many places, there are people serving both as sexual slaves and labor slaves. Researchers note that sex traffickers play a major role in the spreading of HIV. The #1 country of trafficking is Bangladesh. It's mainly known for prostitution, forced labor, and organ donation. These women and girls are not the only ones. Men and boys are trafficked as well. Traffickers can make as much as $49,000 per victim. They estimate that 27 million adults and 13 million children that are in human trafficking. Researchers say 30,000 die each year from torture, disease, and abuse. Human trafficking is a $32 billion industry, and human trafficking has been reported in all 50 states, even our dearly beloved North Carolina. Trafficking is more common here because we are able to put victims in fields and as sex slaves. Going back to how traffickers lure people in, it can be easy as them handing out flyers saying that they're coming to a disclosed location, get free classes, or get a free scholarship and money, and having to be the age of 18 to 22. Some go by themselves, and that's how they get taken. And they can be taken from airports. If you have seen the movie Taken, they either work their subjects to death or abuse them and sell their organs after they die, but very rarely do they just kill them. They get much flavor out of them before they perish. One must think, if your child went missing and was taken, and you went looking for them, would you find them and the feds tell you that your child has been trafficked? What would you do? Would you stop looking for them? Would you start an awareness group or association? Would you join one? Many people are taken from their homes every day, and people are raising awareness. So a mother doesn't have to go through something like losing their child to such a horrible industry. There are some human trafficking advocacy associations, and there have been protests and marches about human trafficking in Washington, D.C. I have come to the conclusion that we as a nation should come together and take the stronger initiatives to stop it, instead of letting this go by for another 50 years, and not really caring about the major problem and the effects of millions. If we keep putting it to a side, it might become more extreme later on. We as citizens of the United States of America have come this far in history and are still dealing with the same problems as we did in the 1700s. Just like we still have racist people who discriminate by the color of your skin, but my main focus of my speech is that there is a slavery. Just because we don't acknowledge it as slavery, because we don't address it as slavery, but we address it as something else, does not mean it's not a slavery. Just keep in mind, a missing person is missing. The question is, where are they and how did they get there? Running away is not the answer to the problem. It is actually the beginning of a bigger problem. Remember, this is one of the major ways to get caught in sex slavery. The number to call is 1-888-373-788 National Human Trafficking.